Well, one thing I know I need to do that I don't know the last time I've actually attempted it is to go through my credit cards in my wallet and get rid of the credit cards that I'm not using or maybe aren't right for me. Dave Sant with Cyprus Credit Union. Dave, there's a lot of people who have too many credit cards or they don't even know if they're using the wrong one.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we get that card, we stick with that old card. It's always worked for us, and we don't think, how has my life changed, or when's the right time that I should make a switch?
Right. So talk to me about credit cards and how we know if we're using the right one.
Well, one of the first things you want to look at is why you got that card in the first place.
Mhm.
Let's say you got a rewards card because you like the idea of saving up those, tens of thousands of points so you could go
Yeah.
on a trip or get some, type of perk. Well, or have you used those? If you had a card for a long time, you're not using those points or you're not accruing them at the level you thought you were. Well, it's probably the right time to look at switching that card because a lot of time rewards cards will carry, a high annual fee or a high interest rate. So you could actually save yourself money by getting a card that doesn't have the perks, but maybe fits a little bit more of your spending style. The same thing would apply if you had like a perk card that gave you travel perks and you thought, I'm going to get this because I'm going to travel a lot. And let's say you have like a $200 annual fee, but you think, baggage savings or flight benefits, that's going to offset this $200. You want to sit back and really see, did you get enough of that benefit to
Yeah.
account for that cost? And if not, you might want to look at making a change.
I think that's actually really smart because I know I've been a sucker for that. And I'm like, oh, there's perks. I'll get one. Why not? And then I never use them. So
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I'm looking at that. But also, what about older cards? Is there a point when a card is just too old and you shouldn't use it anymore?
Well, and we've all heard that, you shouldn't cancel a lot of your cards because that could damage your credit score if you're canceling too many. You want to have a good history. But let's say you've had a card for 10 or more years. Look and
Right.
see exactly how have you changed. Maybe you got
Yeah.
the card when you were in college and you had like a $5,000 spending limit. It might be time that you want to upgrade that card to maybe have a higher spending limit, or you might now be spending to enough that you would get a benefit from points and would create some financial benefit from you from doing points or a travel card. But just look at your life and see how have you changed in your life, and is there a card that would fit better for your current spending habits?
And credit score is important. You want to make sure you uphold that.
Absolutely. You may have gotten a card that, a low rate or a low balance card that can really help you to rebuild your credit. And if your credit's improved,
Mhm.
it's a great time to look at shopping around for cards because that can save you tons and tons of money. I mean, it could be a lot of times it can give you
Exactly.
sometimes like a 10% swing in your interest rate by taking advantage of your good credit score and getting a better card.
Lots of things we need to know if people want to contact somebody at Cypress so they can help them out. How do they do so?
Yeah, just go to cypresscu.com. We've got tons of great resources and we have 3 great cards to choose from that can help you get the right card for you.
Thank you, Dave. We'll see you next week.
See ya.